and welcome to this week's episode of the Mandala Effect. Today I want to speak about meditation and my journey within and part of my own self-discovery journey. I have been on this path for 5 to 10 years in various formats and depths, but the more and more or the deeper and deeper I go, the more I realize that other people are very interested in discovering who they are in truth as well. And this is something that I thought I was the only one. Our typical ego. I thought I was the only one who was interested in self-discovery just for the beauty of knowing oneself on a very, very deep level. But it turns out that there are more of us out there. So this episode is for you if that is you. Thank you so much for all of your support of the podcast. Of course, if you enjoy this episode, please subscribe, give us a review, comment or like wherever you're watching this, just to help us reach more people and bring on bigger guests. I've got a pretty amazing lineup for you over the coming weeks, and I can't wait to share it with you. It just keeps getting better and better. So without further ado, let's talk about meditation. I have spoken about this before, but I want to recall my first ever extremely painful experience with meditation, and my first two experiences that really stand out were really painful and I didn't enjoy them at all. So to think that today I am a meditation teacher is a bit baffling to me. The first, it must have been 10 years ago now, and I was living in Australia, and I was in a very, very dark place. I was very unhappy. I was in a unhappy relationship. Neither of us were happy. We were codependent. I was the other side of the world from my family. I felt very alone and I was very angry, and I didn't know what was going on in my body, and I didn't know what this anger feeling was. And it got to a point we would argue a lot, and I was so young. I was 24 and living with this guy, and I'd been with him for 5 years, and it was a lot for a young girl to go through. And I probably knew we needed to split up, but here we were. Neither of us could do it. We were just together. We'd had an argument, and I was so angry and I couldn't sleep, and I don't know what was going through my mind. I don't know what had happened. I can't remember exactly, but I remember Googling "can't sleep, what to do," and I think it was the Calm app that came up. And so I did one of a 5-minute meditation to help me get to sleep, and I lay on the floor next to my bed. It was an eat, pray, love moment. Lay on the floor next to my bed thinking, why, just angry, frustrated, didn't know what to do. And so meditation means that you close your eyes and you go in. And at that point of my life, that was really painful. But then I started to do bits of yoga, and I wasn't really disciplined with any of it, but I started to just kind of become more at peace with the idea of working on myself. And then it transpired, the relationship did eventually break down, probably not for another 6 to 12 months, but it did break down and we did move on, and I moved back to the UK, and here I am. And so I moved back to the UK because the relationship broke down, but also to start my own business. I was a jeweler and goldsmith over in Australia, and I loved my work so much that I wanted to recreate the same thing over here. So I had big ambitions, I had big goals, and I was going for them, really going for them. And then a friend said to me, Tony Robbins, he's got an event in Chicago, shall we go? This was like 2 weeks before the event. And I was like, oh, wow, that sounds really cool. Yeah, let's go. So we went to Unleash the Power Within. This was 2018. And I remember doing a meditation there. There was a group meditation. There were thousands of people in the room. I think about 10,000 people in the room. And we did this meditation, and I hadn't really meditated aside from that couple of times, however many years ago. And we were doing it now, and my friend was like, do you meditate? Do you know what meditation is? And we had, in fact, I'm not remembering right, but I just because we were going for a run and then meditating. So I must have been dabbling in it. We were sat in this meditation and it felt like 5 minutes, but it was, I think they said 40 minutes. And I was gobsmacked because I was crying. It was so beautiful. I'd never felt so much oneness in my whole entire life. I remember feeling like I was at home. And it released so much, and I had so much repressed emotion back then. And I didn't know how to deal with my emotions, and there was so much going on beneath my mask that I would show to the world, beneath the woman chasing her goals, succeeding, pitching to investors, doing all of this stuff that you think a businesswoman should do. There was so much going on beneath the surface, and this 40-minute group meditation was one of the most profound things I'd ever experienced. And this then led me to kind of look into meditation a little bit more and think, okay, well, how can I start to feel this again? It was that feeling that I wanted, because I didn't feel that in my day-to-day. And I then, coming back from Tony Robbins, I don't know what I was thinking. I booked a Buddhist yoga and meditation retreat in the middle of Scotland in the first week of January, because it was generally a really quiet time for my business. So I knew that I could go and turn my phone off and not have to think about it. So I went to this retreat, and oh my God, it was like I had been locked in a cage and the key had been thrown away. You would not know, you would not think that I had chosen to go there, and that I had paid to go there, because I hated every moment of it until the day came that we had to leave, and I didn't want to leave because I suddenly felt so safe. But we were doing things like Iyengar yoga, which is a slow yoga, where you hold the poses for quite a length of time, and loving kindness meditation, where you not only send loving kindness to yourself, but also to people who have harmed you. And the experiences that came into my mind weren't pleasant, so it was an extremely painful experience. But again, I managed to get to that feeling of, oh, this is home. I have this space within me that is actually safe and nice to be. And again, I probably didn't speak very much. I made some lovely connections while I was there, but I was still very guarded and very, can't touch this kind of ice, but I was starting to crack a little bit. The irony is that it snowed while we were there, and oh my God, are we ever going to get out of here? Because you're in the Trossachs in the middle of Scotland. The most beautiful setting, very, very peaceful for a meditation retreat centre. But it was, again, a really difficult experience. And I remember writing in my journal, because it was silence as well. So we did so many hours of total silence throughout. So we weren't allowed to speak to anybody. And in traditional Vipassana meditation retreats, you can't even make eye contact. Yeah, you can't make eye contact, you can't hug, you can't touch anybody. Men and women can't sleep together. There's lots in traditional Vipassana, there are lots of rules, but it wasn't as strict as this. In Vipassana, you can't even write in your journal, but thankfully I had a journal so I could work through some of this stuff that was going on. And I just remember writing, I feel like I'm in the nut house, because there were all of these people also experiencing a lot of pain, but they were showing it a lot more than I was. And interestingly, because now in hindsight, I have the knowledge that they were all reflecting a part of me. So their pain was the pain that I wasn't feeling or expressing. And so it was a very, very, very interesting week. And I'm looking forward to experiencing a traditional Vipassana probably next year, to take it a step further, especially now I am in what I am in and doing what I do. And it's such a big part of my life. I think it would be really interesting to do a 10-day silent retreat. But the point of me explaining my journey within and my journey with meditation is because it hasn't been a linear one, and it hasn't been a straightforward one, and it hasn't been oh, I did it and I loved it straight away, because I did it to help me because I couldn't sleep and because I was angry and I wanted to punch something. And then I started doing it because with Tony Robbins, a lot of it is about achieving goals. So I started doing guided meditations to help me visualize my goals and see myself achieving them. And it works to a certain extent. But what I didn't realize at the time was that there's a lot of stuff going on beneath the surface in our unconscious mind that if we don't address, you can try and manifest all you want and visualize all you want and create the life of your dreams all you want. But until you address what's going on beneath the surface, you're not going to see those things materialize, or they might, but you will still be unfulfilled because you're still living a life based on your past experiences and conditionings. So my journey with meditation wasn't linear, but I knew that it somehow held the answers for what I was seeking. And I still don't really know what I'm seeking. Sometimes I say truth, but what is the truth? Because there is only really one truth. And a lot of what we see, a lot of what we feel is actually an illusion. But what is my version of that truth? And then I think about freedom. Well, meditation can help this sense of freedom, breaking free from the matrix, the Maya, the illusionary world that we live in. But again, everybody's journey with meditation is different. And so I see so many people resist it, even the people who know how beneficial it is just for stress and insomnia. I know people who suffer with insomnia and they don't have a dedicated regular meditation practice that is going to help them relieve stress. And I know people who are massively stressed, and instead they'd still rather have the bottle of beer than go and meditate, because people are terrified of what they're going to find when they go within. But it's not scary, because we are not what's happened to us. We are not the thoughts that we have about ourselves. We are not our past experiences. We are not what other people's opinions of us are. We are not even our opinion of ourselves. Because in truth, we are energy, and that energy is love. And when we can understand that there is a deep love within us, then we can understand that we are safe, and we can understand that meditation has the power to bring you home. And this is why I keep coming back to it, and this is why I find it so, so profound. And anybody who comes into my world, be it through coaching or to learn meditation or to come and sit in a guided meditation with me, I always advise that you have a dedicated silent meditation practice, even if it's only 10 minutes, or it could be, sometimes I'll sit for up to an hour. But a dedicated silent practice helps you connect to the home within you. It helps you connect to you. Guided meditations are excellent, and especially things like group meditation, because you have so much power in a group as you're raising your consciousness. But guided meditations are great for a specific thing, and next week I have a video coming out on YouTube about which meditation you can use for which, and I'll link you to the specific ones, so keep an eye out for that. It'll also be a blog on the website and probably a newsletter if you're on my email list. If you're not, download your free higher self meditation below and you will be added to my email list. So guided meditation is brilliant to take you somewhere, to help you understand a specific thing, or give you your mind, your physical body, something. But in silent meditation, what you do is you connect to yourself. You connect to your truth. You connect to your power. And from this place, you can live a bigger life. You can live a purpose-filled life. I'm not saying you can't without meditation, but what I'm saying is meditation helps you live this big, beautiful, fulfilled life, because you know that you are connected to the source, and that source is within you. It is within everything, but it is within you. And only you can ever tell you, or can understand what your truth is. And this is where I just really, really want to prescribe everybody meditation, silent meditation, at least 10 minutes a day. But, you know, and acknowledge the fear that you might have and the resistance that you might have about sitting and listening to your thoughts. But the trick is not to listen to them and to just watch them and let them pass. That comes with practice, but it's a meditation practice, not a meditation perfect. But your thoughts aren't that scary. They're just thoughts. They're not real. The past doesn't have to be scary when you're connected to the truth of love. Trust it and trust yourself, and you will see the magic that meditation has for you. And so now on my journey within, I use meditation in different ways. I have a silent practice every single day. I do breath work every single day to help me release some of this suppressed emotion. There's rarely a day goes by that I miss a day on the mat. But meditation isn't just about sitting on the mat. Meditation is about the life that you lead off the mat. And meditation then becomes your life, because your life is an act of devotion to something higher. It is an act of devotion to yourself. As you go throughout life, in a life of meditation, you are living a conscious life. You are living a life aligned with your higher self. And that is powerful. There is power in that. And this is what I mean by living a bigger life. And this is what meditation can give you ultimately. Yes, it helps stress, health, emotional, physical, mental health. It helps better decision making. It connects you to your intuition. You can do all sorts of crazy things with Kundalini activating meditations, and which I do. I do dancing meditations. When I go for a walk, I make sure that I'm consciously connected to the nature around me. But what happens is that life becomes a living meditation. And that is where I've found the most power on my journey within, that I can turn almost anything into a meditation and reap the benefits 10 times or 100 times more of what I would have done if I was unconsciously just doing stuff. Meditation has given me so much, so much. And you'll have heard me speak about it before, but I've used meditation to heal from cancer. I would meditate twice a day, doing a Blessing of the Energy Centers meditation by Dr. Joe Dispenza, or his morning and evening reprogramming the subconscious mind meditations. I would meditate twice a day religiously to help me heal. And then from there, this is where it's progressed into an act of devotion to myself, to my true self, to my higher self, to being one with the all that is and living this big, purposeful life. And so actually what I would like to do now is guide you through a quick 5-minute meditation. And I want you to, if you're driving, don't listen to this while you're driving. If you are out walking, you can still do it. Just stay with me, be conscious, But if you're at home and you're able to, then you can come and take a seat and just ground yourself. So because I'm sat in a chair, I'm going to put my feet firmly on the ground and I'm going to place my palms facing up. If you can get to your meditation mat or wherever, please feel free, go sit down, sit how is ever most comfortable for you. And I just invite you to take a deep breath. And settle into your body. Feeling the energy moving through your body. Noticing the slight vibrations. I want you to bring your attention to the energy in your heart space, in the center of your chest. And just connect to your heart. And as you breathe into your heart, I want you to feel the energy growing stronger and stronger. And you can bring in a ball of golden light into your heart. And this is your power to love yourself, to love those around you, to love the universe. Feel this ball of golden light growing, glowing, sparkling. Keeping this ball of light in the center of your chest. I want you to bring your attention to the energy just around your body. Feel it vibrating all around you. Feeling the ball of golden light radiate. Radiate from your body. And so you're now covered in this golden energy. And if any thoughts pop up, I just want you to watch them. I just want you to let them go. Don't attach to them. And instead bring yourself back to this powerful energy that you feel. Radiating from your heart. And you can do this, and some days this energy may feel stronger. Some days it may be harder to connect to. But the longer you sit here, the more attention you give your heart, the stronger and stronger this energy will grow. This energy is your power. It is your truth. That may look different to everybody. This energy center, your heart, is your home. Heart is one of the safest places you can be. Still breathing into your heart. Feeling the power all around you. Feeling the power within you. Knowing that this power is always here for you to come back to. This power is a magnet for all of the things that you want in life. It's a magnet for love, for freedom, for joy, for peace and bliss. It's always there. You just have to go within to find it. And now I invite you to take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Bringing your awareness back into your body. Slowly wiggling your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, stretch and smile. I hope that you enjoyed that little glimpse of what meditation can do and the power that you have within you. And as I have mentioned, this power, this connection, this truth I've found within me is the reason that I come back to this every day, and it's the reason that I am so passionate about sharing this with the world. I have just created a meditation membership where you can come and join me every Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time, and we have a group meditation together, and we sit and we focus and we connect and we raise our consciousness, and every week there is a different theme, and it's going to be beautiful. We start this coming Wednesday. If you would like to join, all of the links are in the show notes, and it is an absolute bargain at £11 a month. £11 a month for 4 live meditations with me, and the meditations last about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we have some time for Q&A. So it's really a community feeling. We get to come, connect, discover more about ourselves, who we truly are together, and it's going to